20 seconds in Thailand.
You're not in Thailand.
Tw-
You're in High Point.
20
You're in North Carolina.
20 seconds
Welcome to
in.
20 seconds in North Carolina.
Who are you?
3 days later.
Now a proper 20 seconds in Thailand. Ooh, well, that was enough about that. Oh my God. I just literally my first Leo back in Thailand. I'm so glad to be back. 24 hours in the plane. That's not with layovers. 24 hours in the seat, in the plane, in economy. And even though it was a great airline, it's still economy in the middle seat. For 14, the one leg I had that was 14 hours, I was in the middle seat. And I didn't get up except one time, so as to not disturb anybody and try to just make it through. It was brutal. The older I get, every travel that I take back and forth that's that long, which this trip in total with the layovers was 32. It was a 4-hour layover and a 4-hour layover. First was 3 hours, it was 14, and the last one was 7. And that's something, let me tell you. But moving on. When I arrived, this time I arrived in Phuket instead of Bangkok, and what happened was the lines were extensively extensive. And you know that form that we used to have to fill out, the piece of paper they would hand you? If you've ever been to Thailand back in years ago, they would hand you a form. It's like a traveler's ID card of who you are and where you're going to be and how long you're going to be over here, pretty much. And then it went away because not many people use those cards anymore, and we were all elated that it went away. And then last year, or this year, whatever, within the last year, they've brought it back digitally. And being that I completely forgot about it, I came back over this time, I didn't have it filled out. So they say, I've not experienced it, but you have to have it filled out or you won't get let in. I don't know if that's true or not. I really don't know, but I know it is part of the entrance. I'm just not sure because when I went through the immigration this time, because I didn't have it, they had a QR code up, which was real simple. I just took the QR code. It took me straight to the website, filled it out, hit send. It sends you an email that's copied of it instantly. It worked. It worked far better than I expected. I'm just going to leave it that way because usually when it comes to technology and immigration, it's kerfuddled sometimes. Things don't seem to typically work out quite so easily. But I got in line. The line only took, it was a huge amount of people. It was 3 huge airplanes that landed, and it still only took about 5 agents. Excuse me, there's more than 5 agents. There was about 10 agents that were working, and they got through everybody in like 35 minutes. So I was out of I had to fill out the form by myself, go to immigration, got through that with no problems, no hiccups or anything. And then I went and did my sneaky stuff, because when you come in internationally, if you get a taxi cab, they're going to charge you more because they just do. The international side of that airport in Phuket, the taxi cabs charge more, and there's really not much haggling you could do. So all I did was walk over to the domestic side, which only took me 5 extra minutes. Got on the elevator, went down to the taxis down there. They didn't have the taxi I was looking for because it was still before 10 o'clock in the morning, and I guess they were not expecting many people to come in on the domestic side. So they were trying to get me for 750 baht, and I said, no, I want meter plus 100. And they said, well, we don't have meter plus 100, but we've got meter plus 150. And I said, I don't need that. And so I started to walk out, and I was going to call a Bolt. The only reason I didn't want to call a Bolt is because I was carrying one of those real big luggage bags along with my backpack and everything. I didn't feel like walking around with a bunch of luggage. And as soon as the supervisor, if you want to call it, or the coordinator of the local taxi service there, saw me pull out the bolt. She just flat out said, "You're going to Kamala, how about 500 baht?" That's a good price. For any taxi cab, a flat rate of 500 baht to go from the airport to Kata and Kamala, awesome. So I got it for 500, and I actually tipped the driver 100, and I was happy, he was happy, everyone's happy. I get, well, maybe, except for the one little guy that wanted to charge me 700. He probably wasn't happy. And these guys over here, where am I? Where are they? Oh, they've all moved out. Those little red tuk-tuks, they're not gonna take you to the airport for 500. No chance of that. You can't even go 15 minutes down the road without it costing you more than 200 baht. But I just want to let you guys know that I'm back, and I'm going to be bopping around before the jet lag kicks in, and we're going to start back up with these videos again. So I'll see you guys in a few, all right? And now it's time for me to go and get in trouble. Let's take a look.